Jay Kleberg, Democratic candidate for Texas Land Commissioner. And I grew up in an agricultural community in South Texas. My family has been managing the same piece of property for about 170 years. And so kind of grew up around a respect for land and for people that steward it. I went to business school at UT. I worked for the National Park Service as a consultant. I became associate director for Parks and Wildlife Foundation, managed our land conservation program, created it there, started a business to provide alternative revenue sources for landowners, plus a feature film that will be released in late spring that Matthew McConaughey has narrated. Realized that all of that work that I was doing really wouldn't make a real impact if we didn't address what I felt like was the biggest challenge that we're facing as Texans in this generation and the next, which is climate change. And I've seen it in action. We've all seen it with the freeze and with 400 or 500 year storms over the last 6 years, that the weather's changing, and we're going to continue to see this pattern, and that the General Land Office really has an opportunity with 13 million acres of public lands, with about $14 billion right now in disaster relief funds, with the responsibility for planning, along with Army Corps of Engineers, about $30 billion in coastal infrastructure called the coastal spine. That's where the real impact could be made through the General Land Office and Land Commissioner. I've spent the last 20 years in land and natural resource management. This is not something that I just thought of doing in the last 6 or 12 or 24 months. That this is my life's work, and that this office is a place where I feel like I can express all of the work and the experience that I've had over the last 20 years and really have a scalable impact on people's lives and address the greatest challenge that I see in all of the work that I was doing and all the things that we love about the state of Texas. That if we don't address those problems, I think that we risk losing them. And that I believe that having that experience and passion for the job is really important. And that we have someone in the general who has the ability to bring people together, has the ability to bring resources to bear from around the state in a broad base of support, who can go up against what I think is going to be, pretty well-funded, well-resourced campaign opponent in the general. And that I've also, having grown up in an agricultural community, I grew up on a ranch in South Texas. I've got a couple 100,000 miles on my truck to prove that I've spent a lot of time in rural Texas. And the things that you just referenced and sort of summarized in terms of natural disaster relief and land management and diversifying our portfolio, those aren't controversial things. I do think that people really do care about that, whether you're from Ector County or you're from the Panhandle or El Paso or Palestine or the Valley. Like, those are things we can all rally around. And I'm excited to get into general, because I do think that I can bring people together from all walks of life around the state of Texas and talk to them in a way that they realize how important the job is, and that they want somebody who's ready to get to work.